Hello everyone, and welcome back to another walk around from Plains on the Prairie. I'm Sam, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're covering a 1942 Rearwin 190F Skyranger here at the Fargo Air Museum. This aircraft has been here for a few years on display. It's a nice part of the Air Museum's general aviation collection. So the Rearwin Skyranger was an aircraft produced during early stages of World War II, but the problem with GA demand during World War II, it was gone because most of our pilots actually were shipped out, to serve in World War II. High demand for manpower in that war. So what Rearwin was expecting was to hit after World War II boom, but then they ended up struggling so bad. And a company called Commonwealth Aircraft, based out of Australia, they're famous for aircraft such as the Commonwealth Boomerang and Rearway aircraft that fought in World War II. They took over production of the Rearwins after a while, and their aircraft are later serial numbered from Rearwins. But we're going to talk a little bit more about the specifics behind this aircraft, the 190F Skyranger. So just keep tagging along and we'll go through those. All right, so Rearwin Aircraft is based out of Kansas City, Kansas, so it's a real prairie company. And they're famous for other aircraft such as the Sportster and many other Golden Age aircraft. You can see them all around the country. You can see them at EA, Oshkosh, with a lot of their vintage aircraft. They're all very beautiful, including the Skyranger. And this is one of the last Skyrangers built by the actual Rearwin company. This is November 44531, and it was built in 1942 and was one of the last, I believe, 20 Rearwin Skyrangers. Then later on, Commonwealth took over aircraft past, I believe, the serial number 1500, and from then on they were producing a few more. So they're not a very common aircraft to see flying around. I believe less than 50 of them are flying around in the country. This one specifically was in Hawley, Minnesota, just about a 20 minutes drive from Fargo to the east. And it sat in a hangar for years and years. My grandfather used to spray out of that field, or out of Hawley, and he remembered seeing this in a hangar. And I was coming into the museum one day and it showed up, and it was a nice little surprise. So I remember it coming in. And it's a nice treat to have, and it's in beautiful shape. And it is still flyable. It hasn't gone through any annual inspections or registration updates, but certainly a treat to have. And we'll go ahead and go towards the front of the aircraft and take a look at the engine and the interior. All right, so the Skyrangers are equipped with a Continental C85 four-cylinder engine. They're a horizontally opposed engine you'll see on plenty of older single-engine piston aircraft, like other Cubs, J3 Cubs, and other aircraft along that line, Champs, were fitted or modified with Continental 85s. A lot of those type of aircraft had 65s. It's a nice engine. Doesn't produce a whole lot of horsepower, of course. With 85 horsepower, you can't go too fast, but these type of aircraft are nice little cruisers and nice little Sunday flyers. So now we'll go take a look at the cockpit. All right, so here we have the cockpit of the Skyranger. You can see it's a beautiful interior. Some nice upholstery, and this has basically been untouched since factory new. As you can see, the nice interior dash matching the outside covering, and pretty basic cockpit setup. We got a two-seat side-by-side controls that are dual linked, so you could both fly if you want. And we have a pretty basic setup for the instrumentation. We got a heading indicator up in the middle there. That middle part of the dash is all of your simple instruments, along with your magneto switches just to the left of the right control stick. And if we come into the cockpit a little bit, I'm just going to take this camera up in here. We actually have the trim lever, or trim wheel here on the top, which is very interesting. You usually typically see them side mounted, but due to the door setup and not too much wiggle room around legs, is my guess to why it was mounted up like that. But if any of you have any input on why that may be, just let us know. So you can see a beautiful interior, and this aircraft is quite a nice gem to have here in the museum. All right, well, thanks for tuning in and learning a little bit more about the Rearwin Skyranger. Appreciate you walking around with us. And this aircraft is on display at the Fargo Air Museum. It's right at the entrance next to the gift shop, and it's a beautiful aircraft to introduce you to this great museum of some really amazing aircraft. For more coverage on GA aircraft like this, we'll be doing a lot of fly-ins this summer once the weather starts to get more on the upswing. We'll be visiting a lot of pilots and doing hangar visits. And if you have an airplane you're willing to share with us and just sit down and chat with the podcast for a while, we'd really appreciate that, and we'd think that's really cool, and I bet plenty of other people would. And be sure to subscribe also if you want to see aircraft like this. We got many other aircraft around here, like a F-16, we got P-51s, you name it. And for more information, just reach out to us at our Gmail. We'll put that down in the description. And we also have stickers available. We have 2 sizes here for the Planes on the Prairie. Had that one upside down, but that's okay. We got the 2 stickers here. Just reach out to either Max or myself, or the Gmail as well, and we can hook you up with a few of these stickers, and the proceeds from these stickers go directly into putting more content out for you guys. So we really appreciate all the support we've had so far, and we'd be more than happy to help you out with providing more content. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.